All right, welcome back. Good morning. Good afternoon. I'm hoping you are having an excellent day, whatever time you're watching this broadcast. My name is Joe, and I'm your healthy accountant, helping you to account for your life in all areas. Today, the Enlightenment broadcast is titled How to Be a Better Financial Manager. How to be a better financial manager. I'm telling you, this week has been, as much as sometimes I feel like it's not transformative, it's transformative for me. And so I'm just so grateful that I can share, how I'm transforming my own life right in front of your eyes. So I thank you for joining me today. And we're going to talk about how to be a financial manager. And there's so much, there's a wealth of knowledge sitting inside of the good book. Proverbs is filled with multiple gems of financial information, how you should use money, or what you shouldn't do or what you should do. Proverbs is full of it. Jesus even talks about money and talks about management, and I'm going to highlight a couple of things. And um, but at the end of this presentation today, what you want to know is how to be a better financial manager, because financial management, I'm talking about, it started from the beginning. Management is the reason why God created us. He created us to manage. I'm going to go to Genesis 2 in chapter 4. Genesis 2 in verse 4. Now, I'm going to tell you, I probably skipped over this verse many times until it was brought to my attention. And it says, okay, so this is the story of creation when God made the earth and the sky. Verse 5. Only after man, hold on a second, verse 2 is the verse. Wrong version. I got to read the right version. Let me go to my other Bible. Hold on a second. Genesis 2, 4. All right. Bear with me real quick. Bear with me. All right. So here it is. So verse 4 says, here's the story of the heavens and the earth when they were created. The Lord made the earth and the heavens. At that time, bushes had not appeared on the earth. Plants had not come up in the fields. And the Lord had not sent rain on the earth. And there wasn't any man to work the ground. And there wasn't any man to work the ground. So let's kind of dissect really verse number 5. The world was here. The world was already created, but nothing had grown. And it says there wasn't a man to work the ground. The reason why nothing had grown was because God did not have a manager. He needed a manager in order to allow the grounds to grow. Then it says in verse 6, but streams came up from the earth, they watered it. So he hadn't even watered the earth yet, because he knew, before I can water the earth, I got to have a manager, and I've got to know that I'm going to have one in place. And so finances is one of those areas that most people struggle with. Why is that? Why do we struggle with finances? See, God is so good because he does not give you more or less. He doesn't give you more or less. See, the thing about finances is you get to the level of your management. Can you manage $100? See, because the thing about management is that if you get $100, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with this $100? What are you going to do with it? Are you going to just spend it all? Just frivolously spend it? It's gone. or are you going to be diligent? See, that's a characteristic of a good manager, somebody that can manage. Diligent. I want you to write that down. You need to understand the word diligence. And the thing about this diligence is that if you are not diligent with the little bit, then there's no way you can get a lot. See, God doesn't care about money. See, God's not around. He's just not handing over money to people. He doesn't care because that's not what he's about. Now you can get it, but that's not what he's about. See, there's a text in Proverbs, chapter uh, chapter 13, 22. Proverbs 13, 22. And it says, a good man will leave something to his grandchildren and their children. That's what a good man would do. But wait a second. It says, but the wealth of sinners will eventually be with the righteous. Now, what does that mean? The wealth of sinners with the righteous. Well, they got your money. Right now, if you don't have any money, it's because the wealthy maybe this be considered the sinners. The sinners already have it. When the children of Israel left Egypt, when they finally got out of Egypt, all of the wealth transferred to them in one night. In one night, the children of Israel, they had gone through all this stuff. It was documented. It was prophesied. I can't remember all the texts in Isaiah, but it's documented that when they were going to come out, when they were going to be restored, that they would be restored financially. They would get everything. And they got all of the money, all of the trinkets, all of the flock from the Egyptians, which would be considered the sinners. So this text is true. It says the wealth of the sinners will eventually be with the righteous. So that means today, if you and I don't have the amount of money that we want, we've got to look at this word, these two words. Are we good financial managers? Are you a manager? Can you manage what you have? There's some characteristics that I want you to write down. First one was diligent. And the second one is accountable. See, to be a good financial manager, you've got to be accountable. You got to be accountable to the laws of doing the right thing. You've got to be accountable so that when you get money, you're just not living for yourself. See, a lot of times, think about this, if God says, hey man, I want you to give me 10%. I want you to give 10% of what you got, of your increase. This is what God requires. But now let me ask you a question. When you got that job, when you got that business, when you earned that money, that 100%, whose money is that? Whose is it? It was God's anyway. He gave it to you. So it's kind of like if I've got a son and I give him $100, he gets the $100. He didn't get that money. I gave it to him. That's what God's doing. He gives you the money. He gives you the opportunity. He gives you the time. He gives you everything. So 100% is his, right? 100% is God's. But he says, hey, well, you don't got to give me all of it. Just give me 10% of what you got. So think about being a good financial manager. Are you diligent with that? Are you taking the 10% of everything? Now, this is where I kind of got stumped. 10% of everything. What about your time? You get 24 hours every single day. I get 24 hours every single day. Are you giving 10% of your 24 hours to God? Some people say, man, I don't have time to pray. What? Really? He gave you the whole 24. He gave you the whole 24. This is a shift in thinking. He gave you the whole 24. You can't give me 2.4 hours a day when I gave you 24? See, this is another thing that we miss. Then I was also stumped on this. Hey, you go to the grocery store, you buy this food, right? Maybe you should give 10% of your food. Man, if we start thinking like this, 10% of everything that I have. You go to the store, you buy, you buy some clothes, 10%. Give it up. You got all these things in the closet, 10%. Give it up. 10%. This is all he's requiring. He's not asking for all of what he's giving you. If he gave you 100%, he just wants 10%. So you gotta be diligent, you gotta be accountable. You also have to be disciplined. Ooh, discipline. Discipline is Warren Buffett. He's disciplined. He didn't just become rich because he decided to be rich. He was accountable. He was diligent. He was disciplined. If you would ever go back and look at how Warren Buffett made his money, it was just mundane. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday. We are accountable to each other. We're accountable to each other. And so we talk just about every morning, really after this broadcast. And I said, man, his name's Chuck. I said, Chuck, man. I said, I realize why I've not gotten to the level that I've wanted. See, it's discipline. It's when, and we're similar, right? It's when you can do something, right? In the beginning, you can't do it. Then you are able to do it. And then in your mind, you're like, oh man, I can do that already. You stop focusing on it. You stop being disciplined. You stop doing it diligently. And then you stop holding yourself accountable to just doing it. And I realized this in my own life just recently. I conquered a really big goal of doing the goal was do 1,000 push-ups a day. I started doing 1,000 push-ups a day. And then I got to the point where it's just like, oh man, I can do that. Man, I can miss a couple of days and I don't have to get to 1,000 because man, in my mind, I know I can do it. So it's kind of like, if I take that and transfer that to other areas of my life and business, I can see where I've messed up. Because I got to a point where I was doing it and then I said, oh man, I can do it. I can move on to something else. But then you leave that. And then it's like, it's the person that never gets really good. It's like, I did a video about how to train like LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. And the reason why they're so good is because they keep doing the same things over and over and over and over and over and over and over. See, you want to be a good financial manager, you got to be accountable. You got to be diligent. You got to be disciplined. Got to be honest. Got to be honest. Man, I'm talking about, and I got some text here. I just want to run through. Let's see. What does 12:27 say? Proverbs 12:27 says, a lazy man refuses to work for his food, but the diligent, there it is, that word again, the diligent man takes advantage of every opportunity. There's that diligent. The diligent man takes advantage of every opportunity. Think about it. I mean, how many opportunities have you squandered in your life? Man, I'm going to tell you. Too many on my end. Too many. Too many. Financial manager, I'm talking about to be a good, we could just say manager because we can leave it on finances, but man, you got to take it off. You got to put it on everything. Can you manage your house? Can you manage your family? Can you manage your body? Yeah. Can you manage everything that God's given you? Can you do it? That's the question, man. Honesty. Yeah, we say we're honest, right? But I can look back, man, I wasn't always honest, man. See, honesty is when the phone rings. Look, most of us have had creditors call. You ever had a creditor call and, you say you're not there, or you tell somebody that, hey, tell them I'm not here. Man, that's not being honest. It's not being honest. I just won't answer the phone. And if that was me, just don't answer it. But even then, it's, being honest on the phone. Hey, you know what? Maybe I don't have the money today. Being honest goes a long way. See, God, the thing, he doesn't really care about money. So we're talking about money. We're talking about finances. But what he cares about is, can I trust you? There's I think that's my last point. Trustworthy. Can I trust Jay? Hey Jay, can I trust you? See, God's not going to say, hey Jay, I'm going to test you. You're going to test yourself. Because you're going to ask for something, then there'll be a level at which God will know how to handle you. And it won't be that God has to give you anything. It's going to be that whatever it is, whoever you are is what you'll get. And so you'll start getting it. But then it's like, hey, he can't be trusted with that. So then it's like it reduces. If he can't be trusted with that amount, then we got to reduce that down to what he could be trusted with. Wait a second. But maybe he can't be trusted with any. And so that's why you have poverty. That's why you have people that are poor, because they don't take what they have. They don't use what they have. And if you don't use what you have, then there's nothing that you're going to be able to have. I mean, look at the text in Proverbs 12:27. It says, a lazy man refuses to work. See, Christians, man, I'm gonna tell you, this is rough and hard. Christians are always looking for a miracle. We're always looking for a miracle. That's like the lottery. We're looking for the just bump the work, not put in the time. Just give it to me without working for it. Miracles. Miracles are great, but God don't care about no miracles. God wants you to work. That's why he created this world. He wanted somebody to till the land. And he didn't create anything until he knew he had a manager in place. And at first he says, take what I give you and multiply it, is what he said to Adam. Take what I give you and multiply it. What have you multiplied today? Have you multiplied what you have been given already? How to be a better financial manager. You got to be accountable. You got to be diligent. You got to be disciplined. You got to be honest. You got to be trustworthy. You got to have integrity. Those are 6 characteristics of management. 6 characteristics of management that will take you wherever you want to go. The reason why churches struggle. Most churches are struggling. Most. I go to a church, I work with a church. Most churches are struggling financially. Why? Management. Management is the reason why. Pastors don't have good management. The folks go to church, can't manage their own stuff. People aren't giving. 100% of the church don't return their tithe. I'm gonna tell you, I would be remiss if I didn't say I've never been in a situation where I asked God to forgive me because I didn't return a tithe. I'm gonna tell you, I'm so sorry about that, because I wasn't being trustworthy. I wasn't having integrity. I wasn't being accountable to God for what it is that I should be doing when he gave me 100%. I'm gonna tell you this particular I think this particular broadcast could be much longer, but I got to cut it short. I gave you 6 characteristics, and here's the 6. Diligent. You got to be diligent. You got to be accountable, disciplined. You got to be honest. You got to be trustworthy. You got to have integrity. Those are 6 characteristics of, or how you could be a better financial manager. And then realize that what you get is not yours. 100% of what you get from all your resources is not yours. 100% is not yours. The body that you have is not yours. The body that you have is not yours. You're just occupying it. That's the body that he gave you. The time that you get today is not yours. That's the time that he gave you. The money that you get is not yours. That's the money that he gave you. The family that he gave you is not yours. It's his. He owns everything. The house, the cars. Are you diligent? Are you using everything and giving back to him what is his? You want to be a better financial manager, just like I am on the quest to better financial management. I mean, look, at the end of the day, look, most accountants, most accountants deal in theory, and it's the journey that I had to place myself on to come out of theory and live the life and walk the walk, be the millionaire, be a successful person because of all of the strategies I gave you, I've used for myself. So today, take these 6 characteristics: accountable, be diligent, be disciplined, disciplined, be trustworthy, be honest, have integrity. Put them to work for yourself. Put them to work for yourself so that you can be a better financial manager. Hey, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I'm telling you, man, I didn't even get a chance to talk about everything that I wanted to talk about. Maybe I'll do a part 2 tomorrow, because there's some things that Jesus talked about that I'd love to share with you about management. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do a part 2. So definitely, I appreciate you for joining me. Look, if you are on a quest to change your life, if you want to change your life, if you want to transform areas in your life, I don't know what those areas are. It could be finances, it could be health, it could be spiritual, it could be in your relationship, it could be wherever. Hey, let's talk. Let's talk. I think that there's some questions that I could ask you that could start the process. That's free. Look, man, I love to pour into you, give you some of the knowledge that I have, that I've been blessed with. If there's an opportunity for us to work together, we could. But definitely the free part is, look, let's strategize. Let's figure out where you are and where you want to go. Look, if that's it, and if you want to go somewhere and it's big, you want to impact people, I'd love to talk. And if that's what you want to do, reach out. Let's talk. Leave me a message. Shoot me an inbox. Wherever you're listening to this. All right. So look, I want to thank you again. Look, if you got value, share this across Facebook. Share this on YouTube. Point others to what you just listened to, because, man, I appreciate it. I want to make an impact in this world. I want to get to thousands, to millions, and getting there, I've got to provide value for you. And then when I provide value to you, you share it with others. And then next thing you know, we're all doing what we were supposed to do. All right, guys. Appreciate you. God bless you. Take care.